Hey y'all, how y'all doing? This girl Tony. Tonetta Play. I want to say hello to y'all. On this video tonight is going to be talking about codependency. Just to let y'all know, I have YouTube right here. So YouTube, those who are watching, make sure that you, of course, subscribe to my channel. And for those who are on Facebook and or the podcast, the social worker coach, because this will be on there as well. Make sure that y'all, of course, are following me, subscribing as well. And like I said, make sure y'all put into the comments whether you all have dealt with codependency or if you were the one that was codependent. I guess I put it that way. And if you want to share your story, please do if you can. If not, that's fine. But I definitely want to hear about it. So like I said, the video is going to be all about codependency in relationships. And I'm not talking about relationships so much with a family, because I know usually when a person's codependent, meaning that they are looking at folks outside their family, like their friends and partner and that kind of thing. So that's what I'm going to kind of focus on. I will talk about the family a little bit, like I said, because I know the family, of course, is hurt in the process, and the relationship can be damaged in the process with your own family when you're the one who's codependent and your family is like, what is going on? What do we do? I guess I put it that way. So like I said, definitely you'll hear about that too. But like I said, definitely make sure before I get started that y'all, of course, are following the pages, subscribe to YouTube, to Social Worker Coach, the podcast. I said, let's go ahead and get into this, y'all. Oh, I'm gonna get into it. One more thing. I didn't even tell y'all who I was. I just told y'all my name was Tonetta Clay. So I'm Tonetta Clay. I'm a social worker and a certified life coach as well. And I'm a small business owner. So like I said, with videos like this, I want to dive deep into not just my professional side, but of course my personal side as well, when it comes to different things like codependency or trust and that type of thing, because I face a lot, of course, all those things, I guess I put it that way, within myself and all the relationships I've been in, personally and professionally. So like I said, that's why I do videos like this. I love doing videos like this because I know that in the process, somebody else will be helped, or somebody else will notice and recognize the signs of a lack person with lack of trust, or how their relationship goes. It's not just about relationships, but of course, this is talking about relationships, but like lack of trust and codependency and that kind of thing. So like I said, it can be in all the relationships that we have, even at the workplace. Just keep that in mind. But like I said, let's go ahead and get on into this. So codependency, I got my little notebook here, my little notes. And on the front of this, it actually says, let your faith be bigger than your fears, is what it says on here. So I got this book. I don't remember where I got it from. Somebody gave me the book actually, so I got this little notebook. So like I got my little notes written down. So let's start. Codependency is an excessive emotional or psychological reliance on a partner or friend, typically one who requires support on account of an illness or addiction. I know that's how the word codependency was labeled back in the day. I guess I put it that way when it came to folks who had drug addictions, alcohol addictions, that type of thing. But codependency, like I said before, can be looked at not just with the addictions, with the substances, but with relationships with people too. One of my cameras, y'all, I don't know why it keeps like it's getting stuck or something, like it's buffering or something. But hopefully y'all can see me or hear me okay. So like I said, that's what the definition is out of dictionary with codependency. But like I said, I know that it can be a substance, but in this particular situation, I'm talking about the relationships that you have with different people and how you have relationships with people. So what does codependency look like? Because like I said, I've dealt with folks who have been codependent on others in relationships, whether it's a friend or a partner, or both. But like I said, usually it's one or the other. I guess a friend or a partner, somebody you're hanging with. And this does not matter what age you are. You could be a teenager. There's codependent teenagers. There's codependent adults as well. Like I said, how does this look? It looks like putting others' needs before your own, to the point of having poor sense of self, meaning that you're putting all your faith, all your energy, everything that you do into the people that you, I guess, the person or people that you're hanging with, instead of into yourself. And like I said, losing your sense of self, meaning that you don't care about what happens to you, or you don't care how you look or dress, or any of those types of things. You don't care how you treat your actual family and those types of things. The friends or the partner or his family or her family or whoever it is more important. But like I said, definitely putting their needs before your own and losing yourself in that whole process. It can look like that. Another way it can look, you find it hard to, of course, be alone. Codependent people, of course, never usually want to be alone. They don't want to just sit in their aloneness, having that quiet time to, of course, think and process within themselves. They'd rather be around and constantly addictive, at least to me, and addictive, I guess, being around somebody, I guess, others and somebody else, as far as following behind people, being a follower and not a leader. I guess since I just said that, but being a follower, not a leader. And like I said, definitely finding it hard to be alone. When it comes to, now I'll get more into this a little bit later, but just know that when it comes to codependency, if you can't, of course, stay away from your friends, your partner, your lover, whoever it is, for at least a day or two, like I said, that's for me, as I've seen professionally and personally, that is definitely codependency. You don't have to have anybody around you 24/7. At some point, you need to get by yourself in order to have that quiet time, in order to, of course, heal from things, in order to process things, in order to think, and, of course, be your own self-leader. So like I said, here's another one, and that kind of ties into it. Looking for things outside yourself to feel better. A codependent person always looks for things outside themselves to feel better. This partner, this lover of mine, these friends of mine, or this friend of mine, they're gonna make me happy and give me some fun things to do, and whatever else you're looking for them to do for you. Yes, I put it that way. They're gonna bring me happiness, and we know that people usually, yes, people can add to your happiness. I understand that. Yes, they can. They can definitely add to your happiness, and that's a bonus. But just know that a person who's codependent, everything that they do is focus on that partner or that friend or friends or that type of thing. And like I said, they look to those people to, of course, to make them happy, to make them get in a fun environment. Like I said before, finding some time on your own, you can be on your own for the rest of your life, and you have to learn how to make your own happy, know how to have fun yourself. Like I said, that's what all of us at some point, I hope, would do. Like I said, I know I've done that. I ain't anybody else that has to do it, but I just hope they will get to that point. Because yes, you need friends. Yes, you need family. Yes, you need people around you. Not just friends and family, but a support system. All of us need that, no matter who they are. But just know that you don't need to a point where everything that you do that makes you happy in your life is so dependent on these people that when you get alone, you can't even think for yourself. You can't even make yourself happy, or you can't even have fun by yourself. That should never get to a point like that. But I know that it does. I've dealt with a lot of people that were codependent like that on others. So like I said, that's another one. The last thing I'll say about this is that, of course, people who are codependent, you'll hold on to a relationship to avoid feeling abandoned and rejected. Codependent people do not want to feel, like I said, abandoned or rejected by the lover and our friend or friends that they're hanging around. Like I said, and that definitely is a problem. But like I said, it was a problem for the folks that their other family and the support system have to deal with as well. But like I said, definitely trying to hold on to all the relationships because the people are there. You don't want to feel unloved or abandoned or rejected or left alone, that kind of thing. Like I said, that's definitely a codependent person. And thank you for being on her list. I hope you're doing well. And she's over on YouTube. She says, being a leader is better than, I'm assuming you're going to say better than being a follower. So I can't see the rest of that. But you're definitely right. Being a leader of your own life, like I said, you can definitely do a lot of things and set trail and blaze trails for other people. You don't have to be so dependent on somebody that you're just following and have no voice for yourself, have no umph in your body, your soul, and your spirit. Like I said, you have to have that umph for yourself. The know-how to do things on your own without anybody else, whether it's a partner, family, friends, no matter who it is. Like I said, doing that is a leader. Otherwise, you're following these people. And I know good and well that all of us can, of course, be leaders. I know that. But you have to exercise that first. We can't, of course, force you to be a leader or that kind of thing at all. I see it in almost everybody, and well, I say almost. I do see it in, even if the wrong type of leadership. I do see it in everybody that, of course, I have met and I have had relationships with. I see the potential, but they have to see that potential as well, not just me. And I can't force that potential upon nobody. They have to, like I said, see their own potential when it comes to leadership and not codependency. So let me go back into get back on track, y'all, because I'll talk about this whole topic or something else. So 5 core symptoms of codependency. First, well, usually the person that's codependent. These are 5 things that you'll, of course, see within this person. The first is low self-esteem. Low self-esteem meaning that you lack confidence about who you are and what you can do. You don't think that you are a leader. That's for one. You don't think that you're a person that could, of course, make strides and, of course, show that leadership to anybody else. That's not even on your agenda. Your self-esteem is just low. And like I said, yes, that's a problem. But like I said, definitely that's a problem that they have to fix. Yes, we can all support and plant seeds and that kind of thing. But sometimes when it comes to people who are codependent, and of course feelings are hurt, especially if you're the family or you're the support system that the person's putting all this stuff on, I guess I put it that way, I guess in so many words. And you're the person who's getting all the backlash from all the other things that are going on in their life. I guess I put it that way as well. And you're the person who's lost trust in the person or sick and tired of the behavior, that kind of thing. Like I said, that definitely damages that support system. But of course, everybody else is, of course, your family, everybody else, this type of thing. But like I said, it definitely damages that support system. Like I said, that comes from that low self-esteem, not believing that or having the confidence that, I guess, about who you can be and who you are and what you can do in life. Like I said, we all have some type of self-esteem, whether it's low or high or somewhere in between. We all have some type of self-esteem. And like I said, you have to know yourself, because I know I always talk about know thyself. I talk about that all the time. And I'll talk about that more towards the end. But like I said, knowing yourself is key for all these types of things, whether it's codependency, you lack boundaries, whatever it is, the self-esteem you lack, it all goes back to knowing yourself, y'all, and having that good relationship with yourself. Like I said before, sitting by yourself to learn these things about yourself. That's what it always takes. Another symptom, the second one, you'll notice that this person always is trying to people please. Trying to, like I said before, not lose those relationships. So you want to do everything for these folks. Whether it's going over their house, whether it's taking them to the store, whether it's buying them, I don't know, food or clothes or gas or for the car or whatever it is. You're trying to people please, watch their kids for free and making them food for free, all these types of things. Not saying that you cannot do that, but when it's excessive, like every single day is what I'm talking about. Or at least a few times a week. Between 3 times a week and 3 or more times a week. Like I said, just trying to people please all the time. And like I said, that's how you can tell somebody that's codependent. And like I said, if I'm speaking to you, then definitely, like I said, listen to this. And just know that your behavior affects everybody around you. Not just the people that you're in the codependent relationship with, your friend or your partner or that type of thing, but the people who are actually behind you, I guess, got your back and your support system. Like I said, it hurts everyone at some point within the relationships that you have and in the environments that you're in. And like I said, those people-pleasing behaviors, you can definitely turn a lot of people off with that. Especially if they're there trying to help you and you can care less what they're doing for you. But your partner or your friend or that kind of thing is more important. Like I said, it definitely, like I said, drops those relationships. I guess I put it that way. Another core symptom of somebody who's codependent, you have a difficult time setting boundaries. You'll let folks walk all over you, especially if you claim you love these people, or they're your best friends, or they're your partner, you love him or her, or that type of thing. Like I said, you have a problem setting those boundaries. They can walk all over you. You don't tell them to stop. You're uncomfortable. You don't tell them that you don't like when they do something to you, or whatever the case may be. They can sit here and go off on you and curse at you, or whatever the case may be. You don't say anything. Oh, I'm fine, or I know that. No, I know he or she didn't mean it that way. When more than likely they probably did. Nobody usually doesn't say what they don't mean. Whether they're joking or not, people usually say what they mean. But if they're, I'm sorry, I'm just playing, usually they always mean that too. But like I said, just lacking those boundaries, that you don't protect yourself and you don't advocate and stand up for yourself. Like I said, that is something that codependent people will do. And there's a lot more. I only have 5, but there's a lot more. The next one is number 4 is caretaking. focusing all your energy on, of course, taking care of that person's emotional, physical, psychological needs. That person, whether it's a partner or a friend or a group of friends, like I said, you're so focused on taking care of those people and fixing their problems and fixing their life and all this type of stuff when your whole life is falling apart. Codependent people, that's what they do. Like I said, I've dealt with a lot of them, like I said, personally and professionally throughout the last 24 years. And I've seen this time and time again. Yes, they'll care for everybody else, act like a mother to everybody else, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their best friend, their group of friends, whoever it is. They'll act like a mother to these people or a father to these people, but leave themselves out in the way when, not even taking care of their own needs first. Meaning that whether it's getting a job, whether it's going to school, whether it's bathing every day, taking, I guess, self-care, that type of thing, all that usually is affected when you're in a codependent relationship and you're the one who has the codependency. The other people are fine and dandy because you're, of course, taking care of them. I guess I put it that way. No matter what their needs are, psychologically, physically, emotionally, you're taking care of them, putting all your energy into them, giving them all the attention that they need. But what about your attention? Like I said, that's something that when it comes to the codependency, you have to understand that your attention to yourself matters as well. Your self-care matters as well. Yes, you can love on people and provide services to people and do all these things for people, but don't forget yourself in the way when, like I said, people who are codependent, they always forget that particular thing. I'm sure you can imagine with all the stuff I've already said. And the fifth one, of course, I just talked about the dependency. The fifth one is dependency. Being so dependent on these people to, of course, make you happy. Or this person to, of course, make you happy. What I always tell people, of course, and I know I've said it already in this video, that nobody else can make you happy. You make yourself happy. But when they come along and do things for you or whatever it is, that's a bonus. I know we always hear about that one quote, a happy wife, a happy life, when men get married and all this kind of stuff and have a female partner and a happy wife, happy life. I used to always hear that. My thing is no man or no woman is always going to make you happy or be the source of your happiness. I guess I put it that way. And they should never be to begin with. You have to be that for yourself first. If you cannot make yourself happy or make yourself have fun, buy yourself anything like that at all, no other person can do that for you. Yes, it may feel like they can because they're, of course, saying, I love you and all those type, or I'm your best friend or buying you something or whatever the case may be. But just know that nobody can make you happy. Especially if you don't already feel the happiness within. If you're not already happy, if you don't already have that good self-esteem, if you don't already have that trust or whatever it is, can nobody else give that to you? You have to already have those things. I know I said before, know thyself. You have to know yourself well enough to know what you need and that you can supply those needs to yourself as well. If everybody in your life died, then what? I think about that. I thought about that, of course, not all the time. I think about that periodically. I guess I'd say that ever since I was a kid. If everybody all around me died, then what do I need to do for myself? I have to learn how to do this, that, make myself happy, pay the bills, do whatever it is going to be, live, find a house, get electricity, get food, whatever the case may be. Now, I just want you to understand that, like I said, for those who are the codependent people, I guess I put it that way, nobody else can make you happy. You have to already have that within. And like I said, I'll talk about some more of that down in the what to do part. Because like I said, definitely it's not all a loss at all, so do not feel that way. And I do want to say again, make sure that y'all subscribe to my podcast as Social Worker Coach and to my YouTube channel, which is my name, Tonetta Clay. And of course on Facebook, make sure that you're following as well. And whatever platform you're looking at this on or listen to this on, make sure that you're sharing this with your tribes, your friends, your family, because I'm sure there's somebody out there who's in a codependent relationship and they need this kind of information. Yes, the relationship they may be in, y'all may already know about it. And you're not understanding why they're dogging y'all out just to be with this person or be around this person or people. Like I said, this is important, y'all. So, like I said, definitely the dependency. Can nobody else make you happy but yourself? You have to already have that in you. And like I said, that happy wife, happy life, if she ain't already happy, That's on her. She's never going to be happy. There's nothing in this whole damn world that you can do to even make her happy at all. She has to already create that happiness within herself in order for anything else outside of herself to make her happy. Like I said, I've always hated hearing that. But like I said, that's me. I know y'all may have heard it too, but like I said, that's me. And like I said, I definitely want to include that on here because we all have heard that, I'm sure. So, like I said, for those people who are codependent, like I said, there's some, I wrote down just 3 things, but there's a lot more things I know I've talked about in videos, like journaling and all those types of things. Like I said, you can do that with these questions, or you can just think about them. I guess I put it that way. And how they can, of course, apply to you, and how you can, of course, start applying these things so that you can start being self-reliant, depending more upon yourself. I'm not saying you can't have anybody for a support system. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, like I said, codependency is you putting all your time, your energy, everything else into your partner, into your friend or friends, and leaving yourself behind in the way when. We should never leave ourselves behind the way when. You have to make sure that you are taking care of yourself first and foremost. Yes, you can love everybody else and do all those things for them, whatever the case may be, but don't overdo it. Make sure that you do it for yourself too, not just those people. A codependent person meaning that you do things for everybody else and say hell with it, and say hell with yourself and anybody else that's in your corner. I guess I put it that way. It definitely hurts those people, but like I said, definitely these types of things happen all the time. But there are, like I said, I have 3 ways that you can start turning things around, or if you're a person that is around a codependent person and you're wondering what's going on, why they're doing this, I hope this video will help you as well. And you can, like I said, kind of plant those seeds as much as you can about some things that they can do to, of course, to start being, I guess, to start coming back to themselves, first and foremost. Number 1, learn to identify and embrace your feelings and speak on them. Codependent people, like I said, a lot of times they don't advocate for themselves. The boundaries are missing. They're focused on everybody else's needs and what they need and what they can give them, and feeling sorry for the folks and all this type of stuff. You have to get back to your own feelings and embrace your feelings, and of course speak on those things. Speak the truth about those things. Advocate and stand up for yourself. That will help you create the boundaries as well. They're all is kind of intertwined in there. But like I said, you definitely have to learn to identify and embrace your feelings and speak on them. That will help you start being that will help you with the codependency and trying to get back to yourself and that kind of thing. Learn who you are. Know thyself, like I've already said several times. This is part of knowing thyself. And when I talked about how the codependent person never wants to be alone, they always want to be around the people, friends, family, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, this type of thing. Never want to be alone to even face their own feelings and emotions. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Embrace those feelings and emotions. Get by yourself and do that. And like I said, when it comes to codependency, they usually don't like being by themselves at all. They always have to have somebody there. Just like that woman who always has to have that man, or that man who has to always have that woman in his life because he don't want to be alone. It's the same exact thing. That's codependency. It's the same thing. But getting back to yourself, figuring out who you are, what kind of emotions you are, of course, you have, and what kind of feelings you have, and why you have those feelings. And of course, like I said, learn to embrace them and speak on them. That's the first thing. Number 2, like I just said a little bit before, learn how to have boundaries and to say no. At some point, we all have to learn how to say no and to have those boundaries. That I'm going to stand on what I just said. I'm not going to take you to the store. I'm not going to come over your house today and visit you. I'm not going to bring you the food for you, whatever it is. Learning how to say no. Yes, those people who've been so reliant on you and so receiving all this attention by you, yes, their feelings are going to be hurt. And yes, they're going to be like, oh, you acting funny, because I was told that too. I had a codependent relationship back in the day too. And that was with my in-laws. And I had to realize that I'm doing all this stuff for these people, not getting anything in return. I haven't set any boundaries, and I have an issue saying no. Because I didn't want to lose their love and their support and their friendship. That was your coach, your social worker right here. And I have no problem saying that. Because I know there's others out there who need to hear this as well. I'm not just talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself too, to make sure I remember these things and stand on these things. Because it's my truth as well. So like I said, I had to learn how to set boundaries and say no. Once I started saying no, no, I can't do this, no, I can't take you to the store, no, I can't get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go to Walmart with you, all this kind of stuff. And I was doing that too. Driving as well. I had to learn how to say, no, I'm not going to do that. And no, I'm not coming to the party or the family function, whatever it was, because I have something else to do for myself first. It took me a little while to learn that. Yes, I was so sad and all that kind of stuff about the relationship ending, or the relationships in that particular situation ending. But now as I look back, I can see why. And I can see where I made my mistakes. And like I said, there was a lack of my boundaries and not able to say no. I had to grow into that. And you're going to have to do the same exact thing as well. And when you start growing into creating your boundaries and saying no to people who've been so relaxed and loving your attention and your affection all day long and getting everything that they need from you, you're going to start falling out with these people. They're going to start not liking you anymore because you're not giving them the attention you was giving them. Or you're not going out with them as much as you used to go out with them. Are you acting funny or who you think you are, that kind of thing? Yes, you're going to get that. I'm not going to lie to you. You are going to get that. Unless those people are just silent and won't say nothing and gossip about you. Folks do that too. Oh, girl, she's changed and I don't care about her and this type of thing. Like I said, those things will happen. I'm not going to lie to you at all. It happened to me many a times. But like I said, that comes with the territory. When you're trying to, of course, like I said, get yourself together, learn yourself, and of course, take care of yourself and be self-reliant. Well, that's actually the next one, actually. Number 3, learn to be everything you want to and for yourself, self-reliance. You have to, like I said before, nobody can make you happy. Nobody can make you a genius. Nobody can make you love them. Nobody can make you, I don't know, have trust. Nobody can make you have fun. Nobody can make any of those kind of things. You have to already have the seed planted inside of you to, of course, want to trust, to, of course, want to love yourself, to, of course, want to set your boundaries up, and to, of course, want to be happy. You already have to have those seeds and those lessons implanted somewhere inside of you. Yes, they may be deep down because of all the traumas or dramas that you've been through that's on top of them, but they have to be within you already. Like I said before, nobody can make you happy or make you anything. You have to make yourself that first. Everybody else after that is a bonus. Like I said, that happy wife, happy life. If you ain't already happy going into a relationship, you ain't gonna never be happy. That relationship is not gonna make you happy. Only you can do that. And that's what I mean by this third one. Learn to be everything you want for and to yourself. And like I said before, I'm not saying that you should not have any relationships with anybody. Nobody ever said that. But those unhealthy relationships where you're so stuck and so dependent on your partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, or your one friend or your group of friends, whoever it is, that you just leave everything else in the way when and not taking care of yourself and not doing anything for yourself, that is a problem. Like I said, I have been there. There's other folks, I don't care what age you are, if you're over the age of 12, this may have happened to you, or you may be in this particular situation. This happens to our teens, our preteens, our young adults, and our older adults as well. It doesn't just stop when you turn 20 years old. This can happen for the rest of your life if you don't stop it. And like I said, at some point, we have to get smart. And I hope that the person, if you're codependent out there and you listen to this, like I said, there's always help that you can get. If you want to DM me, we can talk, chat, that kind of. I am a certified life coach as well. If you need that, let me know. But like I said, we have to get to a point where you know yourself and that you can, and that you're confident that you can do what you say, I guess, what you want to do in your life. When it comes to, of course, knowing who you are and what you can do. Like I said, you have to know those things first. And I know some people are like, oh my God, that's a lot of work. It's not a lot of work at all. Just come back to yourself. Come back to your self-love. Come back to your self-trust. Come back to yourself, all those boundaries. Come back to yourself, like I said, to start loving on you first. That's all I mean. And not loving on everybody else all day long. Not wanting to lose the relationship is why you keep doing this, going to the store for them or giving them money or whatever it is. Come back to yourself. That's the main thing in life for anybody. I don't care who you are, young or old. It's the same exact thing. Come back to yourself. Yourself matters, and what you do in this life matters. Yes, you can, of course, I'm not talking about the relationships that you have with your kids, even though that can be codependency as well, or a codependent relationship as well. But I'm talking about those outside of the family relationships when it comes to you having a relationship with a friend, a partner, or a group of friends. That can be codependent. That's what I'm talking about in this particular video. I want to make sure I clarify that again. But like I said, just definitely know that these things you can learn to do with no problem. The only problem would be is that if you don't want to do these things. And if that, like I said before, codependent people have a hard time being alone. They don't want to lose those friendships. They want to do everything they can to keep those folks in their life. I was there. I'm the one, I was there years ago doing that exact same thing. I had to learn that those people should not be able to make or break me. I do that for myself. I guess I put it to make or break myself. I know that now, but like I said, that was definitely something that I had to learn, so I'm passing that on to you. That was definitely the best life lesson I can ever learn. That nobody else in this life is going to make me or break me but myself, if that's what I feel like I want to do to myself. I know that sounds crazy to some people, but like I said, that's what it's going to take in order for you to, of course, to start coming back into yourself. Just know that, repeat that in your head, that these people are not going to make or break me. Codependent people let others create the life for them that those folks want to see, not the one that you want to see. They are creating your life instead of you. And that could be nothing, no job, no school, no nothing actually. No house, no food, that could be it. But you make sure that you give it to them all the time. Like I said, that's what codependency gets you. And there's always ways, like I said, I named 3, but like I said, there's ways out of these types of things. The main things is setting your boundaries and saying no and taking care of yourself. Your needs, your emotional needs, your physical needs, and your basic needs. And your wants as well. Like I said, that's something that you have to do. So again, like I said, in this video, I was talking about codependency and what it means, what it looks like to be in a codependent relationship, what it feels like, and how you can, of course, what to do about it. I know there's some folks listen to this who can care less about getting up out of these relationships, unhealthy relationships, but that's fine. Just keep on doing what you do. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to those folks who actually want to, who know that the relationships that they're in or the relationship that they're in is unhealthy. And they know that they're sick and tired of being sick and tired of catering to it, I guess, to everybody else and leaving themselves in the back, and in the back of the line. I'm talking to those people who know that, like I said, they're sick and tired of being walked all over all the time. You're being walked over, nobody's listening to you, nobody even cares about you. All they care about is you doing something for them. That's codependency. A lack of boundaries as well. Not knowing how to say no. Like I said, all those things come into play when we talk about codependency. And I'm talking to those folks who are sick and tired of doing that. And you're wanting to change your life and wanting to do something different because you know that it's unhealthy and you know that you lost yourself within this relationship and our relationships. Those, like I said, those are the folks I'm talking to. So like I said, make sure that you share this with somebody who needs to hear about codependency. Even if it's a school teacher that you know, so she can talk to her students about it. Even if it's a therapist that you know, so she can start talking to her clients about it. Even if it's your boss at work that needs to know this, so they can start talking to their employees about it. Because this happens in the workplace as well. With coworkers and with supervision. So like I said, definitely y'all, I want to say thank y'all for listening in. Again, make sure that y'all subscribe to the podcast, The Social Worker Coach. And make sure that y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And you'll have links and information in the description to, of course, do that. But like I said, definitely, if you're all on Facebook, which I'm looking at the camera now too, make sure that you, of course, follow this page. YouTube, the podcast, Facebook. Make sure that y'all share this out with somebody who needs to hear this. Or just share it to your page so others can just, like, what is this video about? This message needs to get out there because I know we have a lot of people. Like I said, I've been in the social work field for over 24 years. I've seen this a lot in my professional life, in the office, and with the clients and their families as well, and in my own personal life. And like I said, this does not have to happen. It does not have to go on for this long. I mean, for I guess for years and years and years, something can be done about it, y'all. Just get back to yourself, to the person that you know you want to be. Take care of yourself. Like I said, that self-care is very important. Learning to say no and set those boundaries, that's all part of self-care. And there's no reason why you can't do it unless you don't want to. Like I said before, y'all, don't hold yourself back. If you want a new life for yourself, a new way of thinking and being in relationships, because I know you know that there's healthy relationships out there. That there's relationships better than the one that you're probably in that's dragging you through the mud. Just know that there's better relationships out there, y'all. But you have to grow within first. Come back to yourself, figure out who you are first. And those unhealthy relationships, they will at some point drop off. And you'll be meeting folks who you can be in healthier relationships with. Just know that it's always possible for you. It happened to me. And it is still happening to me to this day. So with that, y'all, like I said, I'm Tonetta Clay. I'm your social worker and I'm your coach as well. So like I said, definitely thank you for being on this video. I want to say thank you, like I said, across the platform, YouTube. Thank you, Alyssa, for being there. Rachel, Talia, and Rebecca, thank you all for being here on Facebook and, of course, the podcast. I don't see names going across there, but thank you all for those who are listening as well. And make sure that y'all subscribe and follow. And please make a comment down below to let me know your experience with codependency. So I definitely want to hear from you. You don't have to tell it all unless you want to. But like I said, just let me know if you've ever dealt with codependency and how you got through it. So with that, y'all, peace out. I'll talk to y'all later. This is your girl Tonetta signing off. Peace out, y'all.